The Wildcats were victorious last Friday night at Cleveland Field, 13-10. And boy, it was one more ball game. We want to congratulate Coach Hyder on 7 straight region championships, and also say at the same time, Coach, we've got another big game tomorrow night.
Gavin, thank you so much on behalf of a coaching staff that is wonderful. My brother coaches, a wonderful group of young men, and a group of people in the stands who just picked us up and carried us in that second half. Fans, thank you, because you all made it happen and our youngsters responded to you very much. We're grateful. And Calvin, it's all set again for tomorrow night.
Well, you're right, Coach Hyder. It's another big ball game tomorrow night, fans. As Coach Hyder said, you do make a difference. We need you there tomorrow night supporting the Wildcats as never before as we take on the Lowndes Vikings in the Wintersville Classic. Well, Coach, if you will, let's go over the game highlights one more time from last week.
All right, there's the Naval ROTC group with the flag program. Commander Larry Cupp is in charge of that. They do a class job for us. Here you see the Wildcats coming on the field for the homecoming 1992 for Valdosta High School. Wonderful setting, a great crowd. My goodness, we had close to 12,000 people at the ball game. Steve Everson, Marcus Williams, and Shadrack Green, our captains for the homecoming event. Coffee County won the toss and elected to receive. The tackle is made by number 46, an excellent tackle by junior linebacker Antonio Speed. First play of the game, Coffee fumbles, and Troy Brown, number 22, recovers, and Valdosta has the ball on Coffee's about 28-yard line. Steve Everson goes back to pass, and we find Chris Rocky alone in the end zone, but we overshoot him. We don't make it on later attempts, so we try a field goal. That's Ryan Sanderson. And the officials told me that it missed by just a matter of less than 12 inches. Now, folks, this is an exciting play right here coming up on a part of Coffee County. Adrian Wilkerson stops, and he finds number 9 just in a quick screen there. We miss him early, and he makes a one turn and outruns us. Now, he's 6'5", he's a great athlete, one of the finest athletes in our region in the last decade that I can remember. I don't say the finest, but one of them. He's right up there with the best. Great speed, a great hitter, and a tremendous football player. He is a senior, but he's been a part of the 3 games we've played in a long time. There's Coach Charles Tarpley, our defensive coordinator, an outstanding coach, a fine person, and he's very much concerned. All right, after the kickoff, there's Tommy Speed, folks, running extremely well. We don't get a lot of yardage in the first half because Coffee County is playing really inspired football and really played outstanding. Here we have a punt by Wayne Devane, and his punting really kept good field position for us and made them have to drive the long way, and they only got one more score. They did get a field goal a little bit later in the ball game. And here we have a 3rd and 13, and watch this catch. He was rushed tremendously, and it's just a fade, outside fade right down on the 40-yard line there, and they hit it. And here they have a little trap play. Number 8, now that's a sophomore there, I believe. That's Cedric Tyson for Coffee County. He's a real fine little football player. Here we have a 1st and 15 after a penalty. And we get a pretty good rush, but notice how their receiver is right on target there, and they make a first down, 15 yards. And it's a great job by them. We get a good rush, but they're protecting. Now, folks, they've got an experienced offensive line. Here's another great reception and a great pass on this drive. And it's a field goal by their field goal kicker, and that puts them ahead 10-0 with 1:21 to go in the first quarter. Now, the Cats go to work, and we have to because Coffee County is inspired. They're playing excellent football. And they come out, hit this pass again, and that's a very well-executed pass. We have it pretty well covered, but it's a perfectly thrown pass. Wilkerson, number 12 for them, is just a junior. Now, we're getting a good rush on him. Because of the rush, we almost get an interception. That's Archie Lewis down there in good position, and I almost got it right on the line out of bounds. There you see number 98 making a rush and throwing it back on a throwback screen. Number 98 is James Robinson. 44, our defensive captain, is very much alert right there and makes the tackle for a loss, and that's, of course, Marcus Williams. All right, now we get a good rush this time. And because of the rush, we get an interception. And they get a tip pass. We cover their number, Johnny McFadden, a good athlete, number 9. Of course, that was Jason Jelps, number 7, that made it go. Now, here we're coming back in the second half. And folks have asked me what we talked about at halftime. Well, folks, what we told our young men is this: we love them. And we're 10 points behind, and we care about them. And I think you've got to prove that to them when the pressure's on. And regardless of the outcome of the ball game, we're going to love our youngsters. We're not going to punish them. They were out there doing the very best that they could. They were doing the best that we could coach them. We've got to make adjustments as coaches, and we've got to do things and do the best we can right there. And Coffee County's fired up and doing a good job also. Here we get a good return, and that's Tommy Speed, number 21. To me, anything past the 20-yard line is good when you return a kickoff. So the Cats have we start on a field goal drive right here, and there's a good effort by Nakia McMullen. Here is a good run by number 21, Tommy Speed, who had a good night. Some good blocking down there by number 8, John Bell, and number 25, the wide receivers, Robert Randolph. They're coached by Bob Bolton. The offensive line, coached by Jerry Don Baker and Ronnie Pitcock. The backs are coached by Mike O'Brien. And this is a very fine drive, folks. Remember, we're behind 10 points. That's a little quick trap. Nakia McMullen and the offensive lineman, that'd be Jesse Hunter, number 52, making that block. And here is Steve Everson making an excellent run right there, following a fake. Picks up 7 or 8 yards. And there was a late hit by Coffee County, which gave us, I think, half the distance, moved the ball down 3rd and goal. Just a few plays later right there, and we try a little bootleg pass, but they have it well covered, so Steve Everson elects to run, and you can see how fired up the team is from Coffee County. They're protecting their 10-point lead and want to win. We try a field goal here. This is Ryan Sanderson. It hits the upright on the left, bounces across, and the Cats move ahead, score 3-0 right there. Puts new life. Now, that was a field goal drive of some 70 yards, and the defensive team goes to work, and there you see what happens. That's number 44, Captain Marcus Williams, calls the fumble. Good defensive play by defensive front coach Larry Jester. Of course, Al Akins coaches the ends and linebackers. Keith Middleton coaches the secondary. The Wildcats are in business right here, and we give the ball to our fine tailback, Alfred Barnes. Behind good blocking there with number 72. 72 over there is sophomore Harvey Moore. 74, our senior tackle, is Andy Harrison. 67, our junior tackle, is Chris Gingro. Alan Hope, number 71, is our one of our offensive guards. Jamie Griffin plays in there, 54 at guard. And, of course, our very fine center, number 55, is Bradley Grant. Here's Alfred Barnes again on a quick trap for about 4 yards. Here we give it to Alfred Barnes behind an off-tackle play, and he picks up 5 more yards of good blocking right there from Alan Hope. Here's a good defensive play by number 80 on the part of Coffee County. An excellent reception right there. We didn't have a lot of passes, but that was John Bell down inside the 5-yard line. Now watch this play, folks. Hit, and over. Touchdown by Steve Everson. One of the very fine runs in many years at Cleveland Field. My friend Calvin McGuire and I have compared that run right there. It compares right up there with the best ones over the years. Steve Everson, the captain of this football team, carried the ball in, and he was hit, squared off, rolled over, hit again, and there was actually 3 hits on the play, and he moved the ball in. Ryan Sanderson again kicking it. Steve Everson holds the ball, and Neil Roundtree makes the snap. And the score at this point is tied, ladies and gentlemen, 10-10. A great comeback for the Wildcats. 46 seconds to go right here, but the game isn't over. There's a lot of excitement. Neither team actually lost the momentum here. It caught up and evened up a little bit more with the Wildcats, but Coffee isn't through. They're going to answer right here and do the best they can. You see how quick they're coming back. Tackle made right there by Nakia McMullen. 93 right there makes the tackle, and that's Sebastian Davis. Now we're into the 4th quarter. Wasn't much time to go right there. We get a good rush right there by number 49, and that would be one of our defensive co-captains, Franklin Wiseman. Brinson Barr. There's Norsey Ross, folks. Herbert Norsey Ross. We've had him on our Wildcat program. You can see how he got the fans involved. And at this point, now you can't hear it, but at this point, the Wildcat fans are in a tremendous tremendous participation to encourage the Wildcats, and it's really great out there. See the good rush by our number 97 right there, and that would have been Donald Hitson. Did a good job. Now this ball was touched inside the 5, but the force of the ball forced it on into the end zone, and we got a good break right there. Got the ball back out on the 20-yard line. Here's Steve Everson. Now remember, at this point, the score's tied 10-10. All right, there's Nakia McMullen, a good trap block by number 52. And that was Jesse Hunter. Now, this is a great run by Steve Everson right here. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 46, 44 yards. And that was Johnny McFadden, number 9. You see what I mean by a great athlete. He ran Steve down, caught him. All right, here's just a little lead play by number 21, hard running, and that would be led by David Allen. Excuse me. The field goal is kicked by Ryan Sanderson, folks, and that puts us ahead 3-0. Held by Steve Everson and snapped by Neil Roundtree. The blocking on the last play, of course, was number 20, and that would have been Alfred Barnes. There you see 3 fine little fans. Isn't that nice to see that? That's a great shot by the Valdosta State folks who do this, and they do such a great job. There's our wonderful cheerleaders. They're not only excited, but they are very talented, do a good job. And of course, among those, Allison Bass is one of our cheerleaders, and of course, she's one of the hostesses, or the hostess on our Wildcat Tradition. And folks, coffee isn't through, except you see a great hit there, and that's recovered by the kicker. That's Ryan Sanderson who recovered it. And that's a great job, and you see what a great contribution Ryan and Alan Sanderson make to our football team. We don't score, we try a fake field goal here, or shift. They jump off sides. The official just misses it. I should have arranged to call timeout. That's Coach Hyder's fault right there, and we didn't. And so you have to blame that one on me. And so as a result, Coffee County starts a drive right here. He missed 2, 3, 4. He shook off 4 tires. That's number 9 right there again, folks, Johnny McFadden, a great athlete. And this is the drive that they start. Remember, we're only protecting the 3-point lead here in the 4th quarter. Now, they get us outflanked right here, and Wilkerson makes a nice run. And we just have a problem out there and getting it set, and he picks up probably 20 yards right there, moving it down, where are we? Down about the 23-yard line. And they make a nice reception here, and that's, of course, there he is, McFadden, number 9. First and goal on the 8-yard line, folks. Drop the ball, and number 97 over there, that's Donald Hitson, comes up with it and recovers it. And we have a good charge. We have a good defensive alignment, and they just dropped the football. Now, I do understand that the center, the regular center, had been injured earlier in the week, so it could have been one of the problems they had, in all fairness. There you see the great participation of our fans. And folks, this coach thanks you on behalf of our coaching staff, on behalf of those young men, for you to encourage them and get involved in that. That's what Wildcat Tradition is all about, and it's 100%, and it's very much appreciated by everyone. There you see a great scene. Wildcats moving on the field for as Calvin McGrory has mentioned earlier, for the 7th time, we are Region 1 Quad A champion in what some believe to be the toughest high school football region anywhere in America. I can't say that it is, but certainly one of them. So we're extremely proud to represent Valdosta, and once again, we thank you for encouraging us to play good football.